A couple weeks ago, I was watching a video that had David Goggins in it. And if any of you know who he is, he's kind of a hardcore, go hard or go home type mentality. Former Navy SEAL, extreme athlete, marathon runner, all that kind of stuff. The last few years, he's been getting a lot more interest and attention for more of his advice rather than what he does, I would say. And his whole mentality revolves around going hard with whatever you're doing. When you see it, it seems extreme, and it is. But this video that I saw was one of the first where I actually kind of listened to him. For the most part, I don't sit and listen to him for his insights per se, because he seems so much on the extreme side for what he does. So a lot of the time I'll hear him, but I don't feel like what he says a lot of the time can be put into action. This video was the first time that I had seen him talking, and I was listening, and I was like, that's on point. And what it was he was saying so many people are average because they don't want to do the hard stuff. Now, he used more words and more explicit words than that, and what he's saying is true. You know, how many people do we know daily that deliberately do the hardest thing they can do for their job, for life, whatever it is, consistently? I don't know anyone like that. Me personally, I don't know any single person in my life that does that. Now, maybe there are some people in there that do, that I don't know of because they don't kind of express it, they don't tell anybody. Good on them if that's the case. But I would challenge you to find someone that you know who's like that, because I don't. And that's not a bash on anybody, I'm just pointing that out. It's interesting to me because I hear that and I go, that's true. And he's got a point, because when he's talking about what he does, and this guy's a significant person, you know, he's definitely got a fair amount of publicity, attention on national level, at least within the US. I would be able to find more people who know him than don't know him. I'm sure he's incredibly rich as well from all his, sponsorship deals, from whatever he gets from books, podcasting, whatever he does. All those things combined, I'm sure he's very well off. So this guy's a significant guy, and he keeps talking about how he does the hardest thing that he can do, how he puts in all the work on the BS so that he can have a good life, he can be great. And I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I hear you, I hear that. Now, how usable is that? I think it differs person to person. Myself, day to day, I always try to do a little bit more to be better, a little bit more to improve. Do I do the hardest thing every single day to be better, life-wise, career-wise? No. I'll be honest, no. How many of you do that? I would guess none. If you do, props to you, man. So I was sitting there thinking about it, and I had kind of maybe not epiphany, but I had an idea that stuck with me regarding the building of habits and the building of ways to actually put that into action. And I'm going to show you a chart here in a second that shows exactly what I was thinking. And I've never seen it done this way for improvement, for habits and whatnot. And because of that, I think it's a really good idea, because it struck me as a unique idea. So the whole point of this is to take a chart, and that chart can be a piece of paper. It can be like a whiteboard that you can put a marker on. It could be a chalkboard, I guess. I don't know how many people have that at their home or easily accessible. It can be any one of these things. And the point of it is, you take your habit, or you take the ideal that you want to build on, and every day you succeed in doing so, you do a little uptick on the board. And it's going to look something like this. So this is a very crudely drawn idea of what I'm trying to get across. So say your goal is no daily pop or soda. I say pop, I live in Michigan. And every day that you do it, you go up one. Every day that you have pop, it goes down. So over time, as long as the days that you succeed outnumber the days you don't, you're going to have success in the long run. You see the dips, sometimes there's a few valleys, but overall, over time, everything keeps going up. And that works with everything. So here's another example, a little better done. Working out or exercising, say each one of these boxes is a day, and over the course of this, which is not exactly a month, but say it's roughly a month. And every day you work out, that chart goes up a little bit. Every day every day you miss, it goes down. So if you have a few rest days here and there, you're fine. Even if you're lazy here and there, you're fine. And over time, you see that it slowly builds up. It's slowly getting better and better and better. And this is most of a month. This is actually a chart for me. This is most of a month that I worked out. You can see on here, I obviously missed a few days here and there, but every day I missed, I got right back at it. I didn't miss more than one day in a row. And to me, that's pretty important. But this is just another example of what you can use this for. And you can do this with basically any habit on there. I think this has a wide range of uses. And I think it works, man. Because when you sit there and you think you're doing a good job building a habit or just improving in life, I feel like the individual, us, we don't have the ability to zoom out and see the big picture scale of us getting better. If you have a bad day, it feels like you just collapse back to day one. And that's not the case. And that's what this shows. There can be a steady improvement. There can be a steady buildup. And there can be a couple days where you messed up, you didn't do it or whatever, and it goes down. And then you just got to keep going back up. You have to be consistent. Over time, the chart is going to look like this. And there you have it. To me, once I visualized that, once I put it into perspective, I was like, wow, that's so accurate. That's so true. Like, that's how the journey is. It's not this nonstop spike going up and then a huge drop because of one bad day. No, it's a small drop, and you can fix it in one day, and you can keep going and keep going and keep going. So take that as it is. Take this advice as you will. But I think it's really useful. It's really helpful to envision your success, to envision your improvement. Again, how usable this is in terms of keeping track, that's up to you. If you have some pieces of paper that you can put aside, in a drawer, in a filing cabinet or something, that you can visualize that improvement, do so. If you, for whatever reason, you have a whiteboard at home or something, and you're able to mark your improvement with that, feel free to do it that way. Whatever you have at hand, use it and try to keep a visual on it. Try to look at it often. I think we lose track of the improvement if we don't do that. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave a comment, thumbs up, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.